What's good, everybody, and welcome to the World Cup preview. I'm the voice of 3x3. This is the Mountain Bas Rosendahl. We're here to get you ready for the 9th edition of the World Cup. Before we get into our picks, our favorites, our underdogs, a little history about this event. This is the 9th event. USA had been dominant in the women's competition, winning 3 titles. Coincidentally, they're defending champs, as well as Serbia, who have won 6 of the 8 in the men's competition. So with that, we get started with favorites. Bas, who you like?
On the men's side, I'll take Serbia. They, 6 titles. How can you go outside of that? They are so good. They got one of the best players in the world in Strahinja Stojičić, so I'll take them as a clear favorite. As a second, though, you have to go with the Olympic champs. The Netherlands and Worthy have to be considered top dogs in this tournament. Coming off that Olympic gold medal, I like them.
All right, I didn't hear USA. I didn't hear that come out of your mouth. I'm gonna throw them in the pot too. USA, right? With a new squad this year, I think James Parrott is gonna break out this year. More on that later when we talk about top players to watch, but I really think this American team is talented. I'm also not sleeping on the young Germans. I think they're up and coming too. I'm not gonna put them in as a favorite, but I think they're a team to keep an eye on. Women's competition. I'll start with the favorites on this side. Maybe this will shock you. USA. Listen,
Homer.
Michaela Williams is a problem. This is a talented American team. This is the first time that I picked USA as my top favorite, I think, ever at the World Cup. So I'm breaking new ground here.
Let me reciprocate. I'll take the Netherlands. They're a country on the rise. They've been doing very well this year. And look, I can't go outside of the #1 player in the world, Noortje Driessen.
Okay, I'm not mad at that, but I also got to show respect to Spain, who I think are going to be a pretty tough team. Canada, who are not playing with the Blue Sisters, I still think they're loaded with Paige Croson shooting the ball, Saoirse Grant-Allen. So that's going to be a fun competition as well. All right, let's look at players specifically now. Players to watch. We talked a little bit about this on our podcast, but who's that superstar that you're looking at that needs that defining moment?
That needs a defining moment. On the men's end, I would say Aurelijus Pukelis for Lithuania. He's been considered one of the best players in 3x3. He's picked up a bunch of silver and bronze medals. If he gets over the hump and gets a gold here, I'll take him as a top 2 player in the world.
Wow, okay. I mentioned James Parrott earlier, so I'm gonna go a different route with this one. Franck Segala of Team France. He's been constantly in the conversation among the top players in the game, but he doesn't have that defining moment, in my opinion, yet that lifts him into superstardom. He's been ranked #1 in the world. I'm looking at Franck Segala in the men's competition. Women's competition, you'll like this pick. Noortje Driessen. Noortje Driessen, who's playing better 3x3 right now in women's 3x3 than Noortje?
I don't think anybody. She's the #1 player in the world.
Number one player in the world. She's a certified star. I think she's taking that next step. I agree with you that Netherlands are our favorite, and it's simply because of her.
All right, so let me take Saoirse Grant-Allen then for Canada.
Okay.
Replacing the Blue Sisters is no small task. I think she's up for it. She's tall, she can move her feet, she's good on offense as well as a defensive force.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have that defining win just yet in the competition on the national level.
Well, she's still relatively new, I think, but yeah, no better time than now. All right, let's go with some dark horses, some underdogs. Who's flying under the radar right now? Nobody's talking about them, or not talking about them enough, in your opinion, men's and women's.
Where are we at?
Where are we?
In Mongolia.
Of course.
Look, Mongolia on the men's end, I think they got something in them. They're playing at home. We're at altitude. They're the only team that's used to that. And they got the home crowd rooting for them. So I think they could come out here and surprise some teams.
Wow, okay. I'm going to start in the women's competition. I like Czechia. I think they're a well-coached team from a former World Cup champion in Michaela Urova. They got a great shooter in Galichkova. Well-rounded team. They've shown some chemistry so far here in 2024. I think they can shock some people, sneak up on some people. In the men's competition, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. They're coming, Bas. Antonio Rolata is the biggest shot maker, biggest clutch shot maker in men's 3x3. They play with huge heart, huge effort. Sometimes they're outsized, and sometimes other teams have even a little bit more talent than they have. But I think that they just got that grit and that fight. And on this stage, I think they're going to perform well. Nobody's talking about them enough.
Okay, so on the women's end, I'll take a team that brings the grit and the fight as well. Australia. I think they could be considered one of the favorites, but they haven't won the gold yet, right? Yeah. So until they do that, they have to be an underdog. I like their squad. Annalie Meili does everything on the court. I think she's going to be a difference maker for them. I like them as underdogs.
And I know this is a separate event, but they're coming off a women's series win here in Ulaanbaatar. That momentum might mean something.
Kyle, we can't go outside of talking about the big games we're going to see in pool here in the World Cup. Who do you like on the men's side first?
Well, man, I think I got to start off, Bas, with Netherlands, Lithuania. I think that group is really tough, and those teams are playing at a really high level. Worthy is the most gifted player in the game right now, but you can make an argument for Aurelius Pukelis as well, the Lithuanian. So obviously the Olympic history with those two, Netherlands winning gold, they clashed there, and they're going to clash on the biggest stage in 3x3 here this week. I can't wait for it.
All right, I'll shift to Pool B for a USA-Latvia matchup. I like the previous Olympic gold medal winners.
Yeah.
Las Manos Miezes are there. USA, though, they have a squad. They play with flow. They play with poise. They got a lot of shooting capability on the squad. So this could be an offensive, just a shootout.
Yeah. All right, women's. Who you like there?
There's a couple of big matchups, but I like France-Canada. France-Canada in pool should be a banger.
Well, no Plouffe sisters, but yeah, you're right.
It's still going to be really good. These are teams that have been at the top of women's 3x3 for the last few years. So I like them.
Okay, I'm going to give you a classic European rival, Olympic gold medal game. Spain, Germany. I know the rosters are different. I know they're different, but still, these are powerhouse nations. Whenever they clash, I don't care who they suit up. That is going to be a competitive game. I think a marquee matchup in the pool phase in women's competition.
I got one more for you, though.
Throw it in there.
We can't go outside of Netherlands, USA.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a really good game. USA is bringing the youth, but they're bringing some real talent to the squad.
Yeah.
Netherlands right now have the #1 player in the world. That's going to be a clash.
Oh, man. I can't wait. Can we do it already? All right. I think the table is officially set.
Yeah.
First time ever, the World Cup will be a 7-day event, so it's going to be an extravaganza here in Ulaanbaatar this year. Make sure you guys do not miss the action. June 23rd through the 29th, we'll be on the mic. Your vocal cords are ready. Mine are too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it, big dog.
Definitely.
See y'all.